Well, hello everybody. Welcome to our masterclass on mixing monitors in the Sunday church context. My name is Reid. I'm part of the team at Hillsong Church Australia and passionate about mixing monitors well in church life. This is part one, and firstly, we're going to start by talking a bit about background context, workflow methodology, the why, the how, and how we prepare. So I think if we're going to successfully mix monitors for our worship teams, we have to understand why it matters and what the goal is. I think the goal of our monitor engineers is helping our platform worship teams in their endeavors to lead the church in worship. So when our worship teams show up on a Sunday morning, they carry this big responsibility of knowing the songs, but not just knowing the songs, about leading the church in worship. So the music needs to become secondary, and if the music is going to become secondary, the technical needs to become third. It needs to sit as a background thing in the background, and so we just need to be able to deliver mixes that help them focus on leading the church in worship. Every now and then, a bit like right now, I'm the guy on the other side of stage that's responsible for talking at a service or at an event or running a training, and I know that it's a bit of a big, daunting task. And so having a technical team around me that's supporting me really helps me focus on what I'm trying to communicate to people. And I think mixing monitors is a lot like that. My goal as a monitor engineer is to make sure the worship leader, the music director, and the whole team on stage can 100% focus on leading the church. Okay, so a big part of mixing monitors for the team is actually not even technical. It's all about your people skills and your relational skills. One of the mentors that taught me how to mix says that mixing monitors is a customer service role. So when people come to me and needing my help, I need them to know that I'm actually here to help them, that I'm their advocate side of stage, making sure they can hear what they need to hear. So my body language, the way I speak to them, all of that says volumes about the fact that I'm here to help them, and it communicates trust, and it's how we build trust with them. Often this means when people turn up on a Sunday morning for sound check or rehearsal, it's as simple as me saying hello, knowing their first name, maybe knowing what they do for a job, or asking how their week's been. It's one of the reasons I like to show up a few minutes early, so beyond the technical preparation, I can just say hello to people and be friendly. But all of the little people stuff along the way goes a long way to helping the team on stage feel at home. The best monitor engineers I know have this insane ability to look around at a service, look around at a rehearsal, and read the room and see what's going on. I watch some of these guys work, right? And we can be in an arena on our biggest stages, and they can look out at the worship leader and see the way the worship leader is perceiving that moment in the service. Or they can look down at the front row and they can know how the pastor is perceiving everything around them, or how the music director, or how the drummer. Our ability to work with people and read people helps us understand how to react as mix changes, as mix needs happen, or as changes happen to the service. Again, so much of what we do isn't technical. It's actually a massive people focus. So learning to read people, learning to relate to people is a big skill we need to mix well. I've also learned that musicians aren't generally thinking about the technical. Believe it or not, they're generally focused on music and leading the service. So as I interact with them, I don't want to throw too much technical at them. I want me to worry about the technical so they can worry about the musical, and I try not to throw a bunch of technical jargon at them. I give them only the maximum they need to know, but I try to focus on learning to engage with them in musical terms. Like pitch and tone, rather than 6K and 8K and this compressor and that compressor. I try to relate to people on their level. Lastly, I think musical preparation is a really big deal. So when we come in to do church, we actually need to have our head around the arrangements. We need to know the songs. We need to know the guitar parts, the keyboard parts, the vocal parts. We need to understand what the drum kit is doing and how all of it relates together. If we're going to build mixes that make the music translates well and lets them hear what they need to hear, we need to understand what they need to hear so they can play the songs well. So that's part one. Thanks so much for coming. I hope you enjoyed it.